I don't
Yeah,
know what the
yeah,
hell
yeah.
we're talking about, but let's go.
You never know what the hell we're talking about.
Exactly.
Ryan said, please send me into a world of nerddom that I can understand.
Please, I don't know superheroes.
This is the wrong
It's not
kind
my
of
brand of
nerddom. Why am
nerd.
I here? Ah!
There's another one. Sorry. Sorry.
I don't think you are.
I'm very much not. I did
See?
not know I needed puppies riding chickens to be a thing, but it's awesome.
See, like, even admits it.
Okay, Pathfinder.
I'm trying to... I'm almost there. Shut the fuck up. I'm trying to set up the stream.
Daddy needs to roll some dice.
It's not playing.
Do I have a
ball for
gambling
some
problem?
reason. Listen, if I'm really glad I don't. I play too much of gotcha to have a gambling problem.
Speaking of gotcha, I haven't done my cookie run stuff today.
There you go. Be distracted by your gay cookie game.
Gay cookie game.
The only kind of the only kind of cooking game that anyone needs.
Very true. Okay, I fucking got it. It's working now. For some reason, I couldn't get Forge to play ball, but I've got it to play ball now. So I'm gonna move this over here.
What kind of ball?
Basketball.
I was literally thinking basketball. Good job. That is the correct answer.
That is the correct answer. Listen, man, like, out of all the ball games, basketball is one of those ones where I actively can enjoy, because, like, my ADHD, something is always happening, so I'm always paying attention.
See,
Very
I
true.
knew I was
Yeah.
wrong because I was thinking of Terrorism, the game.
What?
Which some of you may know as Dodgeball.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, it is terror. Why have I never thought of this before? Okay, so
Like, because Dodgeball is only fun in hindsight. During the game, it's like, oh god, oh god.
yeah,
I was a beast at dodgeball though.
I
Same.
could
Never played it.
dodge. I could dodge. I could not throw worth shit.
Dodgeball was banned in my schools.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only people that were allowed to play dodgeball were the JROTC classes.
Lame.
We couldn't play it in actual like PE.
That's lame.
Okay.
We would play shit like volleyball and pickleball.
I've never played pickleball.
So, are we ready for some Pathfinder?
Yes.
So, last
I mean,
time,
I guess if we must.
last time we got together, a lot happened because the Fate Dice decided that a lot of shit should happen. We discovered that Zenrio's brother, Alon...
Zuriel.
Sorry, Zuriel. I don't know how I got Zenrio.
Oh. I was like, I was trying to remember who the fuck Zenrio was. So I was like,
That's why you gotta take better. That's why you guys gotta take better notes. Clearly, looks at my own handwriting. Oh wait, hold on.
I totally didn't immediately go flipping through my notes only to find out that it was a cookbook and not notes.
If I was running an entire Pathfinder game only off a cookbook, I'd honestly be impressed with myself.
It would be dungeon meshy.
Hey, oh wait a minute. Wait a
Ooh.
minute.
Ooh, wait.
This all
That
makes
works.
sense.
Future campaign idea.
We learned that Zuriel's brother, along with the baby dragon that Zuriel thought they had doomed to death, have been looking for them, trying to bring them back home, and possibly more involvement given that a giant fuck-off shadow dragon head kind of popped up and tried to eat everybody in that moment. We learn that Markov's prince is very much alive and is potentially still hanging around the ruins of what is now known as Cascata, where the old kingdom used to sort of neighbor. We learn as well that... Actually, what else did we learn? There was a lot going on, and like I've got my notes, and I'm like... how much?
I don't know if the characters know, but didn't Noir like threaten Tack?
Yeah, Noir. I don't think Noir's threatened. Who's Tack? Oh,
one of
yes.
the
Character.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
what the
we.
fuck?
I'm sorry.
It's like, gosh, Basil.
It's almost like I'm running this game.
My boy!
No, that's correct. We learned that Noir, after, Broderick very openly ignored Noir's request to bring, the artist formerly known as Rat to her, she resorted to instead, basically trying to use her connections and her threats to Tack and, the other connections she has in the higher nobles and of the Banahaw port, but Tack, being a resourceful bitch, reached out to Barnaby, who went and basically escorted us out of Banahaw port. All the while, we have been marked down as criminals, though I don't...
Because Markov didn't kill the spy.
Yep, that is correct, because the spy got away, and we are now being considered criminals by the rival kingdom that is related to the prince's once alive kingdom and family lineage.
Meanwhile, Banahaw Port is doing the whole persona thing of like, what the fuck you? These guys are sick. Fuck you, some of them.
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
that money, though.
Like the overall vibe from Banahaw is either they pretend not to know us or pretend to be completely oblivious to what's going on.
I'm still loving the image of Zuriel's brother grabbing a wanted poster of Zuriel and like tearing the wanted part off and using it as I need to find this man.
I need to find my brother.
Have you seen this man? He look very small, very tiny.
He's just, he's just
Very
like me,
tiny,
but,
while
like,
the rest of us are like, this motherfucker big.
he's just like me, but like 5 inches shorter.
Meanwhile, hold his hand like way down.
Yeah.
The person he's talking to like is a human at average height. Dude still has to crane his neck up to look up to him.
Sorry, you know how it's a sibling thing. You know how you spend so long with your siblings as kids, you can't remember them very much well as adults. So like in my brain, he's still like this big.
He is still 600 years old.
On top of that, we also learn that Wander is having his family name kind of be thrown through the mud slightly, but it has taken a massive backseat as the group has agreed that they want to go towards Cascata and not Dragonfall, which is very understandable.
Because we would get arrested there.
Yeah, like Banahaw can look a blind eye, but there's a reason why we have to not go to Dragonfall right now.
I mean, we'd only be lightly arrested. Gently.
Lightly arrested.
Gently.
Lightly toasted.
We'd have a very cushy jail
Gently
cell with a TV and everything.
Luxury jail cell for good behavior.
Beckett would.
Mm-hmm.
Beckett could take a prison riot.
Markov would be right
In
behind
a fight,
you.
right?
He could take a prison riot.
In a fight, right? Beckett doing that really gross, like, jaw half open smile.
No, that one he just grins so wide it looks like he's tearing his cheeks open just to continue grinning.
As he's smiling, a single beetle runs out of his mouth and along his face.
And then crawls back into his face from someplace.
Yeah,
else.
no, it crawls into his ear. Anyways.
Conversation. Let's move on.
His name may
Body
be,
horror aside.
His name may be Beckett, but there's always still a little rat inside him.
Literally, he pulls a rat out of his
No, Even better, he doesn't pull it out of anywhere weird. He just pulls his hood down and just pulls out the rat he talked to back in episode 2.
Like, he's just
His
been
name's
chilling.
Aaron.
He's just chilling there, like he's just. Man, we completely forgot about that
We're doing a ratatouille, guys.
rat. The whole
The
time,
rat is actually Beckett.
the whole time, the
Whole
rat has
time.
actually been Beckett.
Anyways.
We remove the rat and Beckett's body just falls over, lifeless.
Oh my
The
god.
flesh mech this
The
whole
rat's a
time.
necromancer.
What a twist. Anyway. So while going about our lives as fugitives, we escaped on the trail. We got caught and attacked by some spider creatures, which no one was okay
got fucked
with.
up.
We got
fucked
we
up.
got very fucked up, and I think it put the characters in a mentality of, maybe we should have a better battle strategy going forward. But we still came out on top, and we still succeeded. Also, because it was kind of a thing brought up, I know if you get downed by a critical, it does not automatically make you an additional wounded. Just being downed, period, is the only thing you have to pay attention to. I know last time chat was saying, like, oh yeah, if you're downed by a critical, and I'm like, that doesn't sound right. And it wasn't, and that's why it didn't sound right.
The important thing is we almost died.
Yup. And we're basically all now limping out of the forest, trying to continue to make our way towards Belt Zira, and then go towards Cascata. The question is, we have to roll on the fate dice, but I think the groundwork can be, we're not gonna do battles for, like, in-game a couple of days. We're very fucked up.
Yeah. I think Markov is gonna want to just like lay down somewhere on Belt Zira to just like recover.
That,
Rat is now like,
honestly-
as they walk through the forest, Rat is like fairly fucking paranoid. Because last time he was at the back of the line, a random ass spiderweb got him in the back and just fucking horror movie his ass.
It's
And
like
he's
one of
not okay
those-
with that anymore.
It's like one of those sticky hands on a string.
Oh,
No!
yeah, but that one actually stuck and yeeted him back. It was not okay.
I like the idea of Wander's the one who's at the back of the line this time, and he's just kind of trying to reassure Beckett because, listen, as I said before, a weird common theme is that when I play a character named Wander who's a blue tiefling, they grow an immense fear of spiders. This has only become more true in this game. But
Zuriel was dead serious when he's like, I don't think I'm afraid of dragons anymore. I think I'm afraid of spiders.
okay. I'm gonna go ahead and roll on. So our chaos factor, I'm gonna say, didn't change because a lot of fucking shit happened. So we're still at a 7. So with that said, let me go ahead and roll a d10, and we'll see if things go our way. And they aren't. Okay, so we begin making our way to the belt. And we have an interrupted scene, which means I get to roll on the very big table of fuckery. Worm,
so
can you
scared.
roll me a D100?
Please roll
I'd
good,
really-
Worm.
I'd really
Please.
rather not, bud.
Do it anyway, coward.
Basil with grabbing you by the front of your shirt.
Oh.
Okay. New NPC. So, this
Okay.
can either be literally a brand new character, or it can introduce an NPC into the scene that we already know.
Basil.
Yep, I was about to
Remember
say, we both already had an idea for this, and the dice are kind of already leaning us towards that, which I like.
Alright.
Did anybody else want to pitch anything?
I have one, but I'm probably gonna save it for later.
Well, do you want to...
My idea.
Go ahead.
Oh, my idea was a wandering healer came by, healed us all up, and sent us on our way.
We're kind of what me and Ryan were actually thinking
Please,
of, but
please.
with a little bit more context.
Little more spice.
Little more spice.
Alright.
Kay, do you want to pitch your idea, and then as a group we can decide on whether we shelve it or not?
I'm shelving it already. I'm very curious what you guys are so fucking getting.
Okay, then for the fun of it, Ari, would you like to describe this character for everyone one more time as she... Here's my question. Is she coming from Banaha? I would assume so, right?
I think she's like running up behind you guys, like, wait, I'm coming! And it's the little halfling girl with the thick curly hair and the glasses that was talking to Wander, Calliope.
Oh my god.
I think collectively, like, so Wander did not introduce anyone to Calliope because even when we were thinking of going to Dragonfall, everything went to shit super quick.
It did.
So I think Wander will be the first one to address her and just be like, alright, either you are completely unaware of the whole situation that went on at the port, or the guards are desperate and sent you to capture us. Either way, I really don't have the energy to deal with this.
Oh, no, I'm not here to capture you. God, let me look at the map. I was on a supply run to Belt Zera, and I just so happened to run back into you guys.
I'm calling bullshit. I am calling bullshit. 1 second while I pull up Wander's character sheet.
Zuriel is giving her such a skeptical look, but is, before saying or doing anything, looking at Wander, looking at Calliope, looking at Wander, just back and forth.
I think in this scenario, I would... I'm so used to Fabula Ultima rules now, I've kind of forgotten some of my Pathfinder training. I think I would have to roll... Oh no, perception! It's a perception check based on deception, because I'm trying to see if you're full of shit, Calliope.
Like, her deception, just do it as like a 10. She's not trying to be too sneaky.
Okay, cool. So we roll that.
Okay, that works.
22. Wander just, like, raises an eyebrow and is just kind of, like, giving her that face of, uh-huh.
Well, the other one, it's got bells on it.
Okay. I'm gonna be real with you guys, okay? I am looking for something. And I think a clue to where it might be will be in Belt Zera. So it might be a good idea if she like points between her and you guys, we team up a little bit, because I know a few things.
Motions towards the group. Are some of those things resetting bones and removing spider poison from bodies?
That would be great.
She like takes off her bag and like sets it in front of her, and like she pulls out a book. She like opens it up and starts flipping. It's like, what kind of spider did you encounter? Was it like a giant tarantula?
That was an obviously good guess. Or oddly good guess.
I saw the dead body on the way here. And she like she's
exact steps.
Yeah, exactly.
She's pointing at the book as she's reading. It's like, to remove venom from a giant tarantula, one must I'm just pulling this out of my ass. One must consume the yew berries.
Alright, and like, honestly, I kind of like this idea that she has a magical backpack which just keeps spilling out. It's like a Mary Poppins bag, but full of books. And like...
That, totally.
And then I like the idea that she has literally, like, magical glasses that help her read and comprehend books at, like, lightning fast speed. But only temporarily, because that would be a lot of knowledge to cram into your head magically all at once.
Yeah, like, she looks up and, like, there's, like, code behind her glasses, and then she blinks and it's all gone.
Yup.
Like, I feel like there's
Zuriel's just, like, squinting.
I feel like occasionally, like, she overloads and forgets random stuff. And it's just like,
Oh my god, it's adorable.
hey, does anyone remember what blueberries taste like?
Just,
Oh yeah, blueberries. What's a blueberry?
What's
yeah,
a blueberry?
she just like during a day where she like overly uses the glasses, like she literally forgets to eat because like she literally forgets what eating is.
Oh God.
I
Poor
actually,
girl.
What is it you're doing to that sandwich with your mouth? Wait,
like comprehend,
That's
like
called mastication.
no, the barmaid across from them is like, I wouldn't say that out loud. There are children here.
Mastication is
You
the
can't do that
the
in
act
public.
of chewing.
Oh my God.
So I like the idea that the characters have all kind of agreed that we're going to let her come with us, and she's patching everybody up.
Mm-hmm.
I also think it makes sense that the group makes camp on the road here, because I don't think anybody wants to move.
Yeah.
No.
Not at all.
Okay. Does anybody want to do watch? Wander is gonna push to do watch first because he wants to talk with our new party member, as it were. But who else wants to take like the second and the third shift?
I'll take
Markov can do a
the.
watch.
I'll take the third.
Okay.
Unless
So
Markov wants the
I
third.
will say
I
though,
don't care.
uh-huh.
Okay.
is staying up till the third watch because he's not going to stop staring at Calliope. He is getting a lot of bad vibes, and especially since the last healer he's known of made him, he's not okay with
Very valid, very valid.
Whereas you heal through magic, Calliope heals through knowledge.
it. And again, the last one he learned that did that.
Mhm.
So let's have everybody roll perception checks to see if we notice anything. So the three of us who are doing watch specifically. Ooh, okay.
Nice. You see everything.
I'll let Markov go,
Kirby,
and then I'll
I
go.
can see everything.
Die.
Ew.
I hated that. Fuck off. Ugh.
You have
Jeez,
committed grievous
pizza.
sins, Basil.
You fucked up my roll.
Yeah, you're right. I was channeling bad mojo so that I'd fuck up your roll.
Oh, I forgot about my armor.
You can't all get good rolls.
Oh, and I don't think I made it clear before, but because we did not run away and because we actually worked on each other not dying, everyone gains a hero point on top of your free one. So because we have earned we earned that shit, damn it. All right. So I'm gonna roll on Wander Shift. Okay, meets it beats, so nothing happens. Roll on Markov's. Meets it beats, and roll on Zuriel. Okay, Zuriel, something is gonna happen on your watch,
Woo!
and it is a interrupt scene, so it is going to interrupt your watch. Can I get you to roll me a D100?
Right. That's the. Yep, found it.
Yeah, you got it. 25. An NPC action. Oh. Well, when we get there, we're going to have to see what that means. I'm assuming within the context, it would have to be something Calliope is doing.
Yeah.
Probably.
Okay. So we will... Give me 1 second. Changing the music. Also, if you notice the music is different, guys, I am using the original soundtrack from Fabula Ultima, which is another TTRPG that I hope to
course.
show off more in the future, because it's really good music.
Just go ahead and keep stroking that shaft, man.
I'm going to. I fucking
She's
love
been
it.
doing it for like a week.
I will continue to! Insert very loud sex noises.
Guys, come on. It's not that bad. It's not that. Did Basil bring up Fabula Ultima while I was asking him about the likelihood of me adopting a child one day? Yes, but it's not that.
The
You
worst
can
part.
do that in Fabula Ultima.
I hate you.
I told you an idea for a character, and you said I can make that in Fabula Ultima.
Yeah, but I said it jokingly. I said it
Brain rot
mostly
is real.
jokingly. Okay, so as the first watch goes on, I have the idea that as everyone goes to bed, Wander is just talking with Calliope and saying, so you understand that while we're not exactly not guilty of what's going on, you're kind of running in with motions towards everyone. Rough crowd.
I wouldn't worry about that. I've honestly dealt with worse.
Looks her up and down. I really doubt that. You look, with all due respect, you look very soft for someone who has dealt with worse.
She like squints her eyes and gives you a big smile. It's like, that's the point. Subvert expectations.
Fair enough. I'm a short guy who likes to shoot things 30 times bigger than himself. I can respect that.
I'm quite capable. Just as you can probably tell, I'm very capable. Just people is not my specialty.
Oh.
But I know how to handle my.
Well, fair enough. Though, I think you might be giving yourself not enough credit with the whole people situation. Motions to himself. I mean, I'm an absolute charmer, but I'm still not the most unapproachable person, so...
I mean, the blue skin and the horns kind of dissuade people a little bit.
That's racist.
I am so sorry.
I think 100% would laugh at that, where it's like, honestly, back home, not a problem. Here, it's definitely something where people are going to look at that and go, well, that's different. And sometimes different gets you killed in this world, so...
I agree.
Yeah. Especially when some jackoff is walking around with your family name and saying things that don't make no sense.
She like pulls out her backpack and like she reaches down in there much deeper than her bag actually is, and then pulls out like the book that she had showed you earlier. And she starts flipping through the book again, and she says, I could have sworn that this was actually at least this section was actually written by a Wander, but I guess you can't trust everything you see.
What's the section that she's referring to?
Like the part about the Wanderer.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I really would, at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if, like, your teacher made a pact with a devil or a demon that's got a grudge with the Wanderer. Hell, it doesn't even have to be a demon. It could actually be an angel. My progenitor's not exactly the most... You want to talk about antisocial... Literally, most of the time anyone in my family has ever dealt with the Wanderer has been, they just showed up to fight some shit, and then they had an awkward conversation with their extended family. We love the guy, but he's not social in the slightest.
Sounds like my grandpa.
Yeah. I guess every family's got one.
Right? But may I ask you a question?
Yeah, sure, why not?
This is gonna sound weird. But
Smiles while playfully raising an eyebrow.
Do you know where the Wanderer is by chance?
Yes and no. So because of the magic that binds my family's bloodline and our choice to become a wanderer of sorts, we kind of always have a general sense of where each other are when we're within a certain distance of another. Like, some of the more spiritual members of my family, if they tried to, they could pinpoint the continent or country the Wanderer's at, while we're in a completely other realm of existence. More naturally speaking, if the Wanderer was here in any part of Thea, specifically any part of, I have to pull up. Any part of... Fuck.
I like to think Wander is like actually thinking.
Like, he's pulled out a map and it's just like, what is this fucking place called?
I don't know where I came from.
I want to say it's... Let me see. I'll have to look at this later because I actually forgot where Avmore is. But I think it's safe to say it's like, if the Wanderer was on any part of Avmore right now, I would sense it. And if I can sense it, they probably want me to show up for something important.
That is about what I expected. Because she like looks around and makes sure everybody's asleep.
Mm-hmm.
I am a historian of sorts. And right now there is a part of history that is missing. And I think that the Wanderer, if I can talk to them, might be able to fill in what areas I am missing from this timeline.
Wander's going to look at her and kind of like... It's not like a dumbfounded look, it's like a processing, reading between lines, and then within a second, oh, you're a treasure hunter.
She like moves her lips to say something. And then she just looks away. It's like,
No, I'm not trying to mean it by anything derogatory. Like, pulls out his gun. Half the reason that I'm able to wield this thing around is because certain historians wanted to go lurking around in caverns and old kingdoms. Like, I'm not meaning nothing by it.
okay, yeah. I mean, she like shrugs. I gotta make a living somehow. And I mean, I like learning new things. So when I go and discover things and I get paid for it, it makes a good deal.
Well, better the way you're handling it than some of the people I've had to deal with. Hell, my one uncle, they were kind of persuaded, as it were, to go into a very specific kind of expedition under the water. Suffice it to say, he was the only one who came back alive, and for his troubles, he had a couple pieces of gold, and then told everyone else to fuck off and not try to look for that city ever again.
At Atlantis.
The fuck's Atlantis?
Never mind.
But no.
But yes, I'm looking for one specific artifact, and I have an idea of where it is. But if I can talk to the Wanderer, I will be able to pinpoint its exact location.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. You're probably better off talking with my family more directly and having them try to sort of pull the Wanderer's attention briefly to ask that.
So, funny thing. You are not the first Wanderer that I've actually talked to. I was able to find a sect of your family, a little more south of here. And I asked them, they got one of their soothsayers. She doesn't look too confident in that word, soothsayers. And they said they couldn't find him. So he's either on a different plane of existence or something bad happened.
Wander actively looks concerned and sits up. All right, with all due respect, you've been tricked by a charlatan who lives in Dragonfall right now. You're certain you were talking to one of my actual family.
Unless they were using a disguised self, I'm so sorry if I'm being racist. Unless they were using a disguise self spell, then I'm pretty sure I was. I said, you know that whole trick where if you say wander around a bunch of wanderers, they all look up at you? I did that, and it worked.
And then several. Fuck. Okay. So now the charlatan takes an even further back seat because clearly I have been away from home for too long.
But it's great to see you again.
Yeah, you're making such a great lasting impression on my psyche and mentality.
She like reaches down into her bag again, and she pulls out a little baggie, and it has some like trail mix in it, and she offers it to you.
He'll take that and he'll be like, all right, I'm sorry, that was a little rude. It's not like you made the bad news happen. Don't shoot the messenger, as it were.
Yeah, I'm sorry you had to learn this way.
Well, if something did happen to Grandpappy / Grandmammy Wanderer, that pretty much seals the deal on why I'm the last one to hear about it. When that kind of connection's gone, we don't really know what happens, so...
I will say, the last time that, when I was talking to your extended family, the last time that they said that they had felt the Wanderer was, what the fuck is that place called? Was at Cascata.
Well, either fate really likes busting my balls, we're going into another trap, or fate really likes busting my balls.
God.
I mean, she shrugs. Keeps life interesting.
Yeah, no kidding. Instead of talking about my depressing history, how did you get into being a treasure hunter?
I really like learning things. I went to school. One of my professors was into treasure hunting and showed off some of his spoils. And I thought, hey, I can do that too. So I went on one of his expeditions. It was good until my professor got cursed. And now he is in a cage as a zombie back at the college.
Oof.
That did leave a lasting impression on me, but man, was the money good.
I'm assuming he's still a zombie? Like, they haven't been able to fix him?
Yeah, they're trying to figure out, like, a curse removal, but it's slow going.
Motions over to a sleeping rat. Honestly, keep
Who
hanging
said I
out
was
with...
sleeping?
Oh, you
Oh,
know
yeah,
what?
you did say
I
that
said
you're
I was awake,
awake.
remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
And again, I've not looked away from her.
He's sitting at the
I'm
other end
giving
of
her
the
the biggest fucking death glare this whole time.
I think at this point, Wander has not been aware that you've been doing that, so he starts to motion towards Beckett to be like, well, if you keep hanging out with us, maybe you'll find that... Beckett, will you stop being a creep?
She, like, turns around, she's like, oh, ha, ha. She waves the hi.
He just, again, just kind of... It's like he's smacking his lips, but he's turning the jaws as if thinking. While also bandaging himself. He did not accept any care from her.
Is he okay?
He's paranoid is what he is. Beckett, seriously, come on.
Just keep an eye on her.
I'm not a
Just puts a hand, like, towards her to be like, I know, just, it's okay. Turns around and focuses back on her. So, he's been through a lot, and, you don't have to worry about him biting, but if he starts acting up or, like, he starts being a little rude, like, don't be afraid to, like, put him in his place. Beckett is well-meaning, he's just got a bad history.
She, like, presses her lips together, but she nods. Okay, I will I will take that to heart.
Well, it's about time for us to actually manage to sleep, or else we're gonna be walking around like we're zombies.
Yeah. He, my professor, he lost a leg while he was a zombie. It was kind of funny, actually. Him trying to walk around on an invisible leg.
Jesus.
Wander like pauses, laughs a little, and goes, "I take it back. You are bad at this whole people thing."
All right, she's gonna go to bed.
Yep, and so is Wander, as he's gonna motion over to Markov to wake up and start doing his watch.
Fuck you, I'm getting up.
Love you too, you beautiful bitch, and then like lays down.
He throws dirt on him, and then he gets up and, and does the watch.
We already established that nothing happens on Markov's watch, so when Markov goes over to wake up Zuriel, as a group, what do we think happens that gets Zuriel's attention that's focused on... I'm so sorry, I forgot her name already.
Calliope.
Calliope.
Like she's snoring really loud? I don't know.
I can start like rolling on some tables to give us some ideas, but I guess because we're kind of going off the idea that Calliope has no ill will currently towards the group. So I'm wondering if it's something that's non-intentional.
She falls into her fucking Mary Poppins bag.
Like she wakes
like,
up
oh god!
Like she wakes up and she's trying to get her glasses out of her bag and she's too tired. She falls over and she's like, "Oh fuck!"
Zuriel looks over. It's just her legs sticking out of the bag. Oh god! Oh fuck!
No, I like that idea that Zuriel like pulls her out of the bag and now those two can have a scene.
Yeah. Okay. Zuriel just like grabs her by the ankles and just like lifts. And then he's just like, I didn't realize I could lift somebody, even like somebody shorter. Hello.
Yeah, I'm not that heavy, but hello. I don't think I've introduced myself.
He sets her down and he's just like, are you okay?
I'm fine. As long as
How?
I'm not in there. What?
How?
How what?
How did you... Okay, what just happened? How did you, like, almost fall into the abyss of your own backpack?
So, if I'm not careful, I can get stuck in there. But as long as I'm not in there for a long time, I will be fine. This is... She, like, grabs her bag. This is a bag of holding. It keeps basically everything that I need inside of it. And it holds a lot of stuff. Mostly my books and some food. Oh, I still need to find my glasses. She's like digging around in there. And more carefully
like,
now.
Nervously, like, hovering his hands over her to make sure she doesn't fall again.
Don't worry, I'm awake now. She pulls them out and she like flips her glasses and puts them on. There we go. I can see now.
Those glasses are like magic, right?
Yeah, they are. They
saw
help
them
me
doing
read really
something
fast.
earlier.
They help me read really fast. Also, I can't see very well, so they also help my vision. 2 for 1.
I mean, I know what regular glasses do.
She shrugs.
What? Why did you? I'm not gonna try and make you repeat stuff, but
Oh no, I like repeating myself. I like talking.
Okay.
I don't actually,
Great.
but go on.
I'm not used to interacting with new people. Me being in this group is very odd, but I don't hate it.
I don't like interacting with people either, don't worry.
So
Yes.
you know Wander? You
I kind of. We met back in Banahaw Port. I talked to him for a little bit. We got some drinks, and that was it. And then I heard that you guys had left Banahaw Port, and you guys were already going towards someplace that I had to go, so I just hurried my way along. And it seems like if I would have been here sooner, you guys would not have gotten so fucked up. I am quite capable.
Yeah, I did appreciate the healing earlier.
You're very
Um
welcome. I have some more berries if you want them. She digs around in her bag again.
oh god, no, I'm fine.
The U-berries are
Maybe
just this
maybe we
world's
just
version of Pepto-Bismol.
Basically.
maybe we just close the bag for now.
Oh, okay. She closes it.
We're sorry, it's hard figuring out what kind of questions I might have, or
You can take your time.
I guess I don't know if I should be interrogating you.
I mean, you can ask me questions. It doesn't have to be an interrogation.
I guess you're right.
I'm chock full of knowledge.
Zuriel's just like awkwardly fidgeting his hands, and he's just like, do you know anything about like dragons, like old sort of, maybe like a shadowy dragon that emerges from seemingly nowhere?
Basil, am I allowed to bullshit?
Honestly, I'm gonna say if we want to bullshit, let's roll some fate die while we're bullshitting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Go for
So what was the question again?
Does Calliope know anything about the Shadow Dragon?
Yeah.
Okay, if it was just the fact that Calliope was a historian, I'd say no, but she's a treasure hunter, which means she probably might know something.
Yes.
Chaos
I was going to say that
factors-
she does know something.
Chaos
And
factors.
I had an idea.
Chaos factor's at a 7, so it's a +2 to the modifier, and we're all agreeing on a likely, so let's roll these bones.
Mm-hmm.
It's an exceptional. She knows exactly what Zuriel's talking about.
Oh.
What do you know? What do you want to know about shadow dragons? They haven't been rarely used in a long time, though.
I'm talking about singular, multiple. I guess it makes sense there would be more than one, huh? It is sort of like a creature and not like some ethereal being. Oh god.
Her eyes get a little bigger. It's like, you've seen a shadow dragon?
Not my choice, but
Not by choice.
I
don't think anybody chooses to see one.
Do you know anything about Avariel?
Does she know anything about Avariel?
I'd say we're gonna go just a +2 on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but sort of like beginner knowledge on like they know the existence of, they might know like some simple stuff, but they don't really know it intimately like other research.
Like the mountain that has the winged elves on it?
Yeah, so I'm an Avariel. I know I don't have wings, but
She like tries to look behind you to see if you're hiding your wings.
So cool. I mean, you want to see the scars? And before even like waiting for an answer, he just like turns and then like moves his vest so she can see the scars. Gives a second and then pulls the vest back on. And he goes, "So yeah, I'm from I'm an Avariel, and I was flying through the sky a while ago, and I kind of got ripped out of the sky, and landed on this continent, and where a younger dragon pushed me out of the way, and we're pretty sure that Zuriel still believes that younger dragon's dead, doesn't he?
I
Yeah.
think so.
Yeah. And a younger dragon pushed me out of. Okay, hold on, wait. I was flying through the sky. One of those shadow dragons popped out of nowhere and like from the earth, just like rose up and um was going to eat me, and I was pushed out of the way by a younger dragon who ended up eating them, and I fell on this continent. And you may be saying, how are you alive? Well, a god decided that they wanted me to still be alive, so here
Which god?
I am.
Which god?
Zuriel just like stares and just like, good question.
That's a good question.
That's an excellent question.
They've
Okay.
they gave me a snake buddy, and the snake just like slithers over to Zuriel's side, and he goes, they gave me a snake buddy, but their name eludes me.
Weird.
Yeah,
Basil, am I able to give backstory on the Shadow Dragon, or do you have an idea?
Honestly, I'm totally down to see what you come up with, because the dragon itself I have a concept for, but like beyond that, I have not thought much about it because I didn't want to alter the story too much.
Okay. So, you're saying that you were flying, a baby dragon pushed you out of the way, and then a shadow dragon came?
no, Shadow Dragon came first, then Baby Dragon pushed me out of the way.
Okay, but there was a shadow dragon.
Yes.
Okay. That is a bit concerning. Because shadow dragons have not been seen or used in a very long time. She like opens her bag again and she like starts rummaging through it.
See, you say used as if somebody was controlling it, and
Yes.
that's the part
And
I
she-
don't like. Oh, okay, so okay.
She pulls a book out of her bag, and there's like a dragon on the cover. And she
Ooh.
starts flipping through it.
Hold on.
And she's like flipping through it. She eventually lands on a page. She's reading through it real quick, and she points at it as she's reading, and she says, "Shadow dragons were once used by necromancers in order to gain more souls to power up their magic. Shadow dragons have not been used in a very long time. I think because some of the dragons, like actual living dragons, found out and killed all the necromancers, which is why necromancy is not very popular nowadays. But necromancers have been using shadow dragons. There are rumors that some shadow dragons have been able to cut ties from their necromancer and become their own thing with still all the major magic bullshit. But it's been a couple hundred years since anybody's seen a shadow dragon. So you're certain it was a shadow dragon?
It was a dragon made of shadows.
That sounds about right. Great.
Okay.
Love that.
For us.
Love that for us. And where did you say you saw this?
Well, you know that he just kind of points off in the distance, not really towards any sort of specific direction. He's like, I mean, you know the mountain island that Variel are from.
Yes.
I was flying just a little ways from that.
Did it come out of the ocean?
I assume, yeah, that it had to have, because I was flying in I would have been flying towards the ocean because I've been all over the island.
In Calliope's mind, she's thinking mermaid necromancer.
That is
Okay.
metal as all hell.
The mermaid
Great.
literally sings strictly metal music on top of that.
Death Clock's Mermaider starts to play in the background.
Mermaider.
I actually have a new idea for a character now. Anyways.
Oh no, did we accidentally a monster?
Oh,
But
good.
that's great. I may have to tell somebody about that.
Who?
There's again, I'm going to bullshit. I hope that's fine.
I'm fine with it. I like what you're doing with it
Okay.
so far.
We're story building.
So there is this society, let's say, of mages, magicians, sorcerers, magic users in general, where if anything magical happens, where like a bunch of people died or can die, they send people to get rid of it. Which I think your friend, the magical armor, might have been a part of that back in Banaha Port.
Oh. Okay.
Well, I'm glad you're okay, though.
I'm surprised I'm okay, but
You seem unscathed besides your back.
yeah. As opposed to what it could have been.
She puts her book back in her bag and she grabs another one and she says, I can probably find a way to make like a balm to put on your back to help with your scars if you want.
Oh. Okay.
She starts opening up her book and starts flipping through the pages again.
I had never thought of that.
Yeah, there's some balms that help with scarring, that help with inflammation. Your scars are kind of red, so I'll look for inflammation as well.
Zuriel is just like staring in like this. He's like kind of like amazed at this. He's just like, huh. Okay.
I've also heard rumors that some of Ariel can grow back their wings with special potions. We might be able to find something with that.
Oh. I think that's a lot right now to even think about. I didn't think I would ever see my family again, but thanks.
I'm just giving you options.
Zuriel like turns away. He's just like, I'm not about to cry. I'm not.
But do you want a hug?
I don't know.
She's gonna get up and she's gonna pat you on the arm because she can't pet you on the shoulder because she's too small.
I assumed they were sitting.
Okay, she's gonna pat you on the arm.
Thanks.
That seems like a good end to that scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a cute end. And I think it's a good time to go on a quick break so I can take care of the dogs and we can all hit the bathroom and whatnot. So let's be back in about 10 minutes.
world.
Take me back.
Where nothing horrible will ever happen.
Oh, funny you say that, because now that we're back, hello everyone.
Oh, great.
We need to roll on the fate die again to see if shenanigans happen.
I'm so excited.
Shenanigans.
Something is going to happen. Something just happened.
Something just happened.
I hate that meme.
No, it's
I love
funny.
that meme.
Miles, you don't like fun today. I'm just calling you out. You don't like fun.
Sorry, that has been over. Well, actually, all memes are over, so I should shut up.
See, you don't like fun. If I am picking on you too much, Miles, do not be afraid to call me out.
Oh, I thought that one was serious.
No, I was
don't like
poking. I was poking fun at you.
Fair.
We got an altered scene, so it's not an interrupted scene. So, Miles, Mr. Cade's robotic nut, do you want to
Okay.
roll me a D10?
Not D100?
No, this one's a D10.
Okay. Yeet! Oh, fuck me.
Oh, remove a character. Again!
Oh,
Why
no.
does this
Oh,
keep
me.
happening? Why does
Oh,
this
me.
keep happening?
Oh no!
Why does the universe have something against Rat?
It really
I
does.
don't know what I did.
This is the second tangential Beckett-related role that it has been remove a character.
No.
Oh shit. Okay.
The fate is trying to remove Beckett. No,
Dude,
can't
the
happen.
world is literally just trying to kill Beckett for no reason.
I'm already dead, you bitch!
Alright, so remove a character. Besides doing this again where it's one of us that gets removed, I feel like the only other option would be that for whatever reason, Calliope is removed from the scene.
Oh no.
The question is it by force or by choice?
She gets a call from her employer.
Zuriel talked to her about the shadow dragon, and as soon as everybody turned their back, she was like, "Fuck that."
Fuck this
She
shit,
might
I'm
actually
out.
be going. You might actually leave to go talk to somebody about the shadow dragon.
You know, that makes a lot of
Okay.
sense, actually.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as they get to whatever the fucking town is, she leaves to go Dragonfall and talk to somebody.
No, that actually makes perfect sense, because with
Mhm.
all this talk of dragons coming back to a land that previously was very anti-dragon, there sure are a lot of dragon-related things happening.
For real.
Deadass.
I like the idea that the characters do agree to go off and do their own thing, compared to Calliope, who is like, okay, I really want to get this treasure, however, this now takes precedence.
Yeah.
However, I learned about the shadow dragon last night. Zuriel just like
She
putting his like hands together and just like, oh yeah, I told her about the shadow dragon, guys.
It was great seeing you guys, but I'm gonna have to fuck off for now. Bye.
I think the group collectively thank her again, even if Beckett was like eyeballing her and giving her the lazy eye.
Lazy eye.
Oh, the lazy eye.
The stink eye.
What a bitch.
Jesus.
Markov!
What? I'm saying it how it is.
She was nice. She patched you up.
She's a bitch. He's
I'll
just
say
giving you a
very
hard
good.
time.
And he's just
I
like,
thought
alright,
she
then you're a
was very
prick, I
nice.
guess. Like, puts his hands up like, what the fuck?
I thought she was very nice.
Eh.
The group makes its way to the belt. The belt is something I have actually used in a couple of other campaigns I'm running before. The best way to describe it is a halfway point to any of the major cities like Banahawport or Dragonfall, it's like a small modern-day sized town where it's like it's wealthy. It gets its wealth from trade and visitors and maybe a little bit of tourism, but for the most part, not really that big a place. Relatively small. Next to it would be the move things. Oh, I can't move you. Hold on. The Mutanja Mountains, which consists of a very honor and combat-based set of giants. In the book, the town and the giants are kind of at each other's throats. But to make this different, I kind of like and want to pitch the idea and the fate question dice. The idea that these two groups have learned to, like, coexist with each other.
Okay.
So let's see if they do. Ooh, actually, I think that might be a no. Hold on.
Oh no.
Yeah, a 10 is a no, but it's a very high no. So I'm gonna say that while they tolerate one another, we're not going to get involved with the civility that the other adventure groups would have taken in this. But for the sake of, for anybody who does want to go through and buy the Lands of Thea book, the plot point in this land is the giants and the citizens of the Belt don't like each other very much, and the Belt may or may not commit a murder at some point, but that's not our story.
Oh dear.
Let's not worry about that right now.
Let's not
We've
worry
got
about
too
that.
much going on.
I don't think that's gonna come up.
Shifty ass.
Surely it can't.
I'm gonna look up how much a health potion is, because fuck me, I think we all need to start stocking up on those again.
Yeah.
Should have
Yeah.
I have no money.
I have some money, I think. Hold on. I'm drawing Calliope.
I gave all mine to Wander.
Yup.
I have 30 gold.
Okay, a potion of minor healing is 4 gold, and that's 1d8 hit points. A potion of lesser healing is 12 gold, which is 2d8. So, I think I'm going to have Wander spend 12 gold to get a lesser healing potion.
I think Markov's also gonna do that.
Alright.
I've got two minor healing potions on me, and I've only got 10 gold, so.
For minor potions, it's just 4 gold.
I think I'm gonna keep my 10 gold right now.
Okay. And then there's lesser Markov. Go ahead and remove 12 gold from your coins, Markov.
I'm thinking Sarge is probably gonna pick up 2 of those lesser healing potions.
The lesser one is worth 12 gold. The minor is worth 4.
Oh, minor.
Okay, so you're going to have 2. Go ahead and remove 8 gold. And then I actually have an idea of something that I'd like to pitch as we get going from the Belt on towards Cascata.
Okay.
Because we agreed that we wanted to dip into the archetype system, which adds a lot more flavor and fun to our characters. And like we said, we're not doing combat. I still want to finalize how I helped some of you build your characters. So I would like to pitch, as the group leaves the Belt and makes their way towards Cascata, something happens that allows the team to sort of address the issues that Markov is dealing with, and also addresses something with what has happening to Wander. And since we've already established that the Wanderer is trapped, I kind of like this idea if the Wanderer does something to reach out to Wander at this point. And in doing so, they create some sort of like temporary like state of time where the group is able to train themselves to be a little bit more stronger, because we're about to walk into some heavy shit.
Oh boy.
Okay.
I don't want to just have it be, oh, we are removed from time and are allowed to train for like several moments and then it comes back to normal time. One, it's very overdone, and two, it's kind of boring. So I want to see what you guys collectively think on what would happen as we make our way to Cascata and eventually make our way into the ruins of the Old Kingdom. What would happen that would allow the players to get their shit?
I have an idea.
Okay.
Okay. You're the only one tapping.
Raise his hand. What if they run into one of Markov's old training buddies, or like the person that trained him as a guard?
Ooh.
Because they are getting closer to where Markov lived.
Yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense. Okay. And then... Oh, that's actually a really clever idea. Like, there's, like, someone that trained Markov. Now, here's the question. How would this affect the team, though? Because everyone's
give them
dipping into
shelter
it.
and give them time to train.
Okay, like, the trainer reveals to Markov that just how fucked shit is.
Yeah.
Ooh, I kind of like that idea. How's everyone else feel?
I can't think of like anything else. I think that's pretty good.
Okay, Miles?
I got nothing.
Okie dokie. I think that works perfectly. So, do we want to take some time to roll on, like, some tables to, like, get a description or an idea of who this person is?
I have one guy that Markov used to interact with who was also a royal guard, but was a higher rank than him. Kymor was his name, that's it.
Okay, I'm gonna add that to my notes.
I mean, him and Markov knew each other. They didn't really interact because they were serious about their job and didn't really want to socialize a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
But they know of each other and they respect each other.
So, my question then comes to, why would they be talking with us then?
Mm-hmm.
Well, he knows Markov, and he thought that Markov had died. And honestly, I think Kymor and Markov are like in the same boat per se, where Kymor was the personal guard of like the royal advisor. The royal advisor actually died, and Kymor is like, I need to do my duty and kill myself and just shit like that. But he didn't, and now he's thriving, whereas Markov is dying.
He's struggling a little.
A little.
Okay, I actually kind of like that idea. Let's use some fate dice. I have a question for Kymor then, as we like start to set him up as we meet up with them. Is Kymor aware of the prince being alive?
I don't think so.
Okay, so we're saying towards a not likely scenario.
Yeah.
Okay, rolling the dice. However, apparently the dice disagree.
Okay, so he does know the prince is alive.
Yeah, knows the prince is alive. With that being the case, maybe you could make it that once the rival kingdom of the now dead kingdom was established, like once they realized, oh, Markov is alive. What if Kymor came on the prince's orders to get Markov? Like, oh my god, Markov is alive! Quick, find him!
Oh, I like that.
Okay, adding that to my notes. Does anybody else have any questions for this scenario? Because I have several.
Hmm. I don't have any out of character questions. I know Zuriel's would be very confused. Zuriel's would be like, why do people keep like meeting us?
It's just small.
This is a second person.
You say that, no, unfortunately, he is unaware of his brother looking for it.
Yes, exactly.
We all
gonna
have
get-
people in our backstories.
We're gonna get so caught up in like meeting people. We're gonna get to the port, and Zuriel's brother's gonna show up, and Zuriel's gonna be like, "You too."
Okay, so my next question, if no one else wants to throw anything out there, is, how serious is the rest of Thea taking our, criminalization? Are they, like, so I guess the better question is, are we being
That's a good
considered
question.
intense criminals?
I don't think so.
No, I'd say just a minor bounty.
Who got
Okay.
Because some random kingdom sat there and just slapped it. So everywhere else is like, okay, cool. We have other things to deal with right now.
All right,
Okay.
great, love it. Not gonna worry about it.
I think that's fair. We don't even have to roll for that. I think that works.
Yeah.
Then
I mean, it'd still be heard because, of course, our faces are up on every bounty board.
yeah.
But
Then I guess my next follow-up question would then be, if we're just low-tier criminals at best from the rest of the world standard, what narrative benefit is it to us to go with Kaimor, besides the fact that Markov wants to see the prince?
I mean, we could get help from a prince.
I guess the better thing is, like, are we in a situation where we need help from a prince? Like,
Yeah.
we're
we gotta.
we're going to go to let Markov reunite with the prince, but outside of that, like, to me, it seemed like Kaimor and the group were going to stay together for a while to train, but I'm not seeing the narrative reason for that yet.
I mean, we have a
Right.
scorpion lady after us.
That's fair.
Oh, wait. I have another fate question.
Okay.
Oh boy.
How many crimes do you think Noir is framing us for?
Oh my god.
Because,
oh, no,
'cause-
Basil,
yeah, yeah.
she's tightened the spike on Tack's neck.
Oh.
He has no choice at this point.
Oh man.
No. Okay, hold on. I want to roll on this. So, I think the question is, I think we actually do need to revisit the how much of criminals are we, because I think
Yeah.
because I think Noir really wants Beckett, and also sees the group as a liability, so is using their control of Tack to put a bunch of fraudulent charges on us.
Oh no, we're wanted
is
for
gonna-
tax fraud.
We're wanted for
Encourage
tax evasion!
Like, there's obviously that, but then, like, with Tack's exorbitant amount of money, and the fact that he usually works with people underground. Hey, Wander, you know your underground buddies? They're not your buddies anymore.
No!
Well, of course not. Noir has
This-
handed us over to the only people more terrifying than her, the IRS.
No, not the IRS.
Either some of them are shutting their doors, or others are like, how much did Tack just put on their head?
Oh my god. Okay, so I...
Don't worry, Wanda. It's just business. You know it's not business. Fuck you.
Wander gets so mad he breaks his accent. Alright, so are we saying likely or very likely this is happening? I
I think
kind
it's
of
very likely.
I kind of like it being very likely.
Noir sounds like the kind of person that when she wants something, she'll do anything to get it.
So, exceptionally, yes. When we get
Oh,
to the
Jesus.
outskirts of Cascata, and thus we've just before we start to go on a boat to go towards the ruins. Also, to make this more clear, because we've been kind of flip-flopping this, I think it makes more sense that the ruins of the kingdom are not in Cascata, but that's the safest way to get off of Avmore to the kingdom.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because Cascata is an entire other spot that I think would be interesting to look into with and I don't want to just erase it, But as it stands, we get to Cascata and we immediately get to meet up with Kaimor. How would Kaimor approach us / break the news that we are intensely wanted criminals now?
Oh, I could do that if you want. I would know exactly how a military man would say that.
Go for
Yeah.
I
it.
would love it.
So, Kaimor, it's not. He doesn't even fully. He just looks at Markov, walks up to him, and before Markov can say anything of "Oh, even you're around" or anything like that, he says, "You need to get out of here now. You are all in insane amount of danger. Do not speak. Do not even wink. This is a matter between you or your lives. We're gonna do this like we did back in our days.
Markov just nods.
Hoods up, heads down, move."
I like the idea that before anyone else can say anything, Markov very forcibly puts everyone forward and is just nope, shut up, move.
Yep.
And it's the fact that we see Markov having emotion that we're all "Oh shit, this is serious."
He's actually serious. As soon as somebody has authority over him, he's like, okay, I know what I'm gonna do.
I also
We see the smile disappear.
Yes, exactly. It's it's
God.
not it's like Markov's he literally is mentally transported back to being a soldier.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So as we are pulled away from the streets of Cascata and are more on the corner, Kaimor obviously introduces themselves and explains that Markov and him used to both be guards for different parts of the royal family. How does he break the news to us, Miles?
So, essentially, after we're brought, I would assume, to either an alleyway or some sort of back area out of the deepest line of sight, even towards known criminals, he just gets down on one knee and says, "I'm going to make this extremely simple. I'm not even going to go into debrief mode. All right, Markov?
Aye, sir.
We know each other. My name is Kaimor. I used to be the second lieutenant defending the princess herself. The reason I am here to grab you all is under orders of the prince.
Markov's eyes light up a little bit.
You all have been marked by every faction you do or do not know. The black markets want you. Noir wants you. Everyone wants you. And if they don't, you are out of their line of sight. You are going dark.
Aye, sir.
Do all of you understand?" And then he looks at the rest of the ones that are not military.
Yeah.
Zoriel looks actually very confused and terrified.
I would love to know how Sarge is reacting to this.
Sarge is one. I don't know if anyone would have noticed, but immediately upon seeing Kaimor, Sarge has been standing at attention this whole time.
Oh, the military brainwashing is also affecting him.
Let's go.
Like he hasn't been in the presence of a commanding officer in quite a while, especially not one who seemed to be deserving of their rank. So he's just been absorbing this like at attention, and now it's just like he's going into the downward spiral. Oh fuck! Ah fuck! Ah fuck!
Markov and Sarge are both going full Black Ops training and internalizing all their emotions. The rest of us are just like, what the fuck is happening?
For
What the
real.
fuck?
And what Kymor sees on your guys' faces is that you at least understand what he's saying. You see him take a deep breath and then go, from now on, you three are under, all of you are under my care. I will die before anyone even touches you.
Oh, jeez.
I like to
Oh,
think
jeez.
Serial says
And then
that.
that actually throws him off. He's like, oh, jeez.
No, he said, oh, jeez. Oh,
And
jeez.
you see he looks at you and goes,
Ouchie.
Oh, God. What? Why are
City
you
from
staring?
different
at me?
country. Got it. So, here's how we're gonna go about this. I'm assuming you all are used to doing underground tactics, sort of guerrilla warfare type shit. You all are adventurers.
Wander makes like a motion, like, yeah, a little bit. Zuriel, on the other hand, is like, what's happening?
Zuriel's just like a large frown on his face, just like looks at Wander, just like, I just do whatever this guy tells me to.
Some of us are trained, some of us are not, sir.
We take what we can get, given that. And he's looking at Markov, and it's the kind of look that an NCO would give one of their privates if they realize they're going through shit. They're still serious, but he just gives that slight heave of like, fuck, I knew he would take this hard. And then, but he doesn't keep talking and doesn't mention anything about it because there's a mission. Unbuttons a small pouch at his side and starts flipping and opening a very small map. And he says, whatever plans you guys had are gone. You're not going to do them because I promise you, someone has already found out about them and are going to cut you off. So, you are going to come with me. You're going to go here, and you're going to stay with me. And don't get a boner so hard you break out of that armor, Markov.
Fucking
And the
what?
crits. And then he gives like the biggest smirk because it's military banter. Of course, he's gonna make fun of him.
So, he's trying to say something and he can't. He just shuts his mouth after a second.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh my
Sergeant.
god, Markov's too stunned to speak.
Wander is like, it's literally that for Markov, it's literally that scene from Dragon Ball Z Bridge where it's like, you know what, actually, I'm really glad I'm here right now. Wander is just reveling in just Markov being in pain emotionally. He's like, you know what, I'm actually glad I'm not missing this.
What are you looking at, Blue Skin?
Nothing, sir.
Markov like looks down.
Did
He's
you
actually
call me
giving.
sir? What
So-
am I, your lieutenant? No, you can call me by my actual name, dumbass.
Alright, nothing, fuckface. Oh wait, no, did I pronounce that wrong? Accents are weird with me.
I like him.
Markov now is like, damn it, there's two of them.
I
And then
have-
I think even Markov flashes back to when he would say, "So you two fucked yet?" And then Markov going, "What?"
Honestly,
Alright, I'm done with niceties. Shut the fuck up.
Hun, keep in mind, you can always veto any of this, but I do kind of love this idea that Markov was the only one who took his job so serious that, like, he, like, didn't have a personality. I kind of like what
He
this is
literally-
opening up.
He literally did not have a personality when he was a guard.
I love the idea
uh,
he was the only one. This is
Yep.
fun.
And this NCO is definitely that NCO you see that's like, I like my privates, I'll tell them what to do, and be serious when it's time, but also I'm gonna be their drinking buddy when we're off orders.
I like this a lot.
So, he marks that point and says, we are gonna move through, and under here, we're gonna use the mountain range to our advantage in order to try and sneak through what I have gained. Honestly, I'm not even gonna lie. I've seen like a group of 5 people here. We're not a military anymore. God, wish I had all my fucking privates with me nowadays. Hell,
I'm sure you
to
say
learn
that a lot,
this-
sir.
Damn. Damn, he got him.
And then
Serial just a
he
little
leans
squirt and then
back
like
and says,
put his hands up, cover his face.
he leans back and says, sarcasm? For my sergeant? And then he looks around and says, which one of you corrupted him? Because I'm liking it.
Wander's literally
Points to Wander.
Wander's gonna literally like pop at his non-existent collar and go like, I don't want to brag, but
He's lying, by the way. He lost the brag.
He loves-
Okay, I'll knock that out of him, but I still owe him a beer.
when people start like actually like teasing each other and getting a little more like a little jovial or sort of like kind of, Zuriel is just like visibly like, oh, okay, everything's fine.
Zuriel over here experiencing their first toxic masculinity powwow.
Oh, I didn't roll.
What were you rolling for Beckett?
I was rolling for I was rolling for stealth, but to a military man that wouldn't work. So essentially Beckett leans over, right, and says, so how do you know we're all gonna get out of, and then you guys see the lieutenant just look at Beckett and go, holy shit, you're dead. And Beckett says, oh, right. People are still not used to seeing this.
If you don't mind my expert medical opinion, he's only mostly dead.
He's mostly.
He will get better.
He got better.
Expert
He did.
medical opinion. Where'd you get that from? Did you jerk off at one of your
Military.
college teachers?
No. Military. College. No.
Markov leans
Master
over.
Sergeant. Master Sergeant Broderick Blacksteel, at your service.
Where were you
Markov.
enlisted to? And he's given like a crooked
Ooh.
brow.
Ooh, okay. Knowing what I know about what we made up about that shit, Sarge, are you gonna lie?
That's the question, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, as you know, us dwarves tend to go where we're needed. I was primarily, of course, a combat medic working out of the healing houses of Bolka. So
That's not a lie. So no rolls would be needed.
So Cascada sits there. Whoops, that's the wrong name. But
It's not
He
just me
looks at
doing
you?
that.
he looks at you and kind of squints his eyes, and then you see him like bite his cheek with a smirk. It's like he can kind of tell you're bullshitting him, but also you can tell that most likely because of everything that's fucking happened, he's not in a place to do anything about it anyways. So he was literally just asking of like, Oh, it's another vet? Fuck yeah.
Like, and
And then
also, I feel like more so than usual when he introduces himself, it almost seemed like less of an introduction and more of a challenge.
Mm.
Like, what are you gonna do about it?
and honestly, he respects that. And he looks at you and he goes, you know, usually combat medics aren't the ones that fully patch up people. They're the ones that get them alive enough for the real medics back home, right?
Everyone winces collectively thinking of the spiders.
Mm.
Oh dear.
You know, it's funny you should mention that. While my primary role was to be a combat medic, I like to think of myself as more of a. He grins entirely too savagely. Trauma nurse.
That's what I'm fucking talking about. And he just does a fucking big old, like, bro handshake with you. Oh.
Markov leans over to Wander and he says he finally got the stick out of his ass.
Wander, you hear the metal sound of crunching as Wander slowly turns to Markov with an expression of, "You're one to talk?"
He used to be very bad.
Did I say you could get out of attention, Sergeant?
He gets back to attention.
Wander just...
Zuriel is now afraid again.
Wander's not. He's already been literally told he gets a pass to be himself. He's just smiling like, haha, you got in trouble by teacher.
You got in trouble by teacher.
Markov kicks Wander in the leg.
Oh god, please don't fight.
It's somehow like he sensed you would do that as the guard of his sword whacks you in the leg as you try to get it out. Because you're getting out of attention.
Oh.
Well, make me smoke you again, sir, Private. And then he smirks as he knows he fucked up your rank. And then he gets back down to the map and says, honestly, I'm not fully sure. Like I said, we don't have a lot. Hell, I wouldn't be surprised if the scouts I sent, a couple paid mercs, are already gone. When we probably get back to the prince, it's just probably going to be us two. And you guys, obviously. If it has to be just you guys, I can deal with that. It's my job.
Markov's hands are like twitching behind his back.
How long of a journey are we looking at? And I would say we would know above board that if we're doing this if we were doing a casual boat ride, it'd be like a day or two to get to the Old Kingdom. The bullshit that we're probably going to have to do to keep people off our trail, I'm arguing it would take like a week just to get there.
That's what I was just thinking. That or fate.
Yeah.
So he, like, hangs his head and says, oh, I hope your schedules are planned out because this is probably going to be a week, if not more.
Okay.
Do we need anything before we leave, sir?
Other than basic supplies and anything that you guys need for yourselves, or whatever that guy needs, pointing at Beckett. And Beckett goes, I mean, I could even eat people, but, you know. And he's like,
We feed him live birds.
We stop doing that. Like, Wander sounds very guilty when he says that.
I didn't know you guys were doing that.
I didn't either.
Wander looks very, like, you see a deep purple on his face now, like, oh fuck, I've been had. Wait, the better question is, does Beckett remember Wander doing that?
I was just about to say, I'm gonna roll a fucking check to see if he remembers that. what? Let's say that's a. Oh no! Let's say that's a. I'm gonna say that's a diplomacy check because he's sitting there like, wait, oh, so.
Oh no!
I
As
know
soon
exactly
as
what
we
happened.
say it, but like Beckett just has like flashbacks to when Wander would do that.
So
Oh
what
my
Beckett does is he takes off the mask and he's just looking at the lieutenant and he lets the jaws split into a smile, and the lieutenant is like, "Fucking hell, Black Tag."
Oh
Ah.
god. Full circle.
Beckett like stands
That's
up and
pretty
starts
much
pacing,
what
like,
I
"This
said."
motherfucker got dude." Like Beckett thought he had one over on him, but again, this is an event that's probably has seen an entire country go down. He doesn't give a
yeah.
fuck about
I
his
mean,
colleagues.
it's funny you say that. I like the idea at this point where Wander is going to excuse himself because he does need to do something, essentially to signal to his family that he's going dark. Like, the Wanderers have this thing where he is allowed to reach out to them and then go full dark for however long he's going to.
Mm.
So Wander would do that, and then I'm going to roll a fate die to see if the message gets through, because the Wanderer is MIA, potentially, so I don't know.
So, the lieutenant will look at Markov and the Sarge and say, "You two would probably know this term, Code Black. For those of you in the audience that don't know, that is the civilian term for whenever a base goes in complete blackout due to a foreseen attack. No communication, no lights. You have weapons ready."
Great, because Ryan did not know that.
Surreal.
Yeah, Basil also did
Ellie
not know
also.
that.
I had to experience that, so that's why I know it.
But
Oh,
yeah,
fair.
Sarge just tightens his hand wraps. Going dark it is then.
And then he turns towards Z and Beckett, and he actually, because this Markov, I'm assuming this man is about as big as Markov, and also probably
Markov.
built a bit more.
Yeah, he's a decent-sized guy.
So he kneels down to Z, and he
Z's
puts on.
tall. He's just like
Skinny.
gangly.
But remember, this is a guy that's bigger than
Yeah.
Markov.
Yeah.
So he kneels down and he actually puts on this fatherly expression, right? And it's very much because he's had to do this before. And he says, "I know this sucks. It's new, and all of a sudden you are hated and deemed a
Hey.
villain."
Uh-huh.
I almost feel like Zuriel is like, wait, people hate me?
Listen, hey, can you like Zuriel actually reaches and is like, can you please stand up? Like I'm an adult.
If I stand up,
I'm
I'm
in-
looking down at you. Do you want me to look down at you?
I would rather you speak to me from like a full standing, like you know, viewing me as an equal sort of deal. This
You
kneeling
don't want that.
Oh, no. This kneeling down thing, it feels like you're talking to a child. Does that make sense? I would rather, cause like I understand height differences. I understand like you would have to like physically look down at me. The kneeling. He looks at Beck and he's like, I don't know about you, but the kneeling, to me, it feels like I'm an adult. I'm an adult. I appreciate the concern and I appreciate like what you're trying to do here, but I'm an adult.
Beckett is sitting there with crossed arms, and he looks at Z and says, I kind of agree, but also, I don't mind being treated like royalty.
I
Dwarven
don't-
side eye.
You know what?
Bombastic
Side-eye.
dwarven side eye.
I don't know. You know what?
Black Tag, if I treated you like royalty, I wouldn't even kneel to you. I would bow to your ass. And if anything, I would put you in the army. And then Beckett goes,
Seen him-
damn it.
I
Seen him do
I
some
imagine a
crazy shit.
part of Beckett is literally imagining himself in like Markov's armor.
Like Markov's exact armor, and it's too big on him.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, he thinks of it for a sec of him in armor, and then he realizes, wait, no, it'd be Lieutenant's armor. Which then he gets an image of him, like, slumped on the ground, unable to get up because how heavy it is.
you just help me.
Is there?
But
Zuriel's
you
just gonna
wish-
say, like, yeah,
And-
I appreciate it, but like, I kind of, I understand, just not like on the same like militaristic level what's going on. I'm okay. I'm okay.
Now, I'm
I've
going to
gotten-
ask you this in 100%, and I need 100% certainty from you. Do you think you can make this trip?
I've got nowhere else to go. I'm not going to go anywhere that my friends aren't.
Markov side eye.
And I promise you, like I already have, I will die before any of your friends do.
That still seems kind of intense, but I appreciate the sentiment.
We were literally trained to die before the people
Yeah,
we were.
I understand where it's
How
coming
many
from,
times have I told
but it's
you
still
that
pretty
that
crazy.
training? How many times have I told you that that training is a piece of bullshit, and you listened to what I said, which was preserve yourself and your men.
Do as I say, not as I do.
It is a lieutenant's code to say that type of shit.
Markov just continues to stand still and say nothing.
I feel like the smile's back though, like he fucking knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
With that established and everyone agreeing with that, I'm gonna describe this one scene for Wander where he pulls out what looks like kind of like a small kind of earring, places it like just over his ear, and he gives a very quiet but very like to the point description back to the Far-Flung Guild what is happening. But I'm gonna roll to see if it even goes through. Okay. As Wander tries to do this, the first thing he notices is that the earring is not glowing with the magic that it should be. It's essentially supposed to be an emergency message spell, but it's not working, which only confirms what he was told earlier about the Wanderer. So instead, he just smashes it on the ground and steps on it, takes in a deep breath, and just covers his face and like has a moment of like frustration to himself. And then he'll meet up back with the rest of the group. And so,
All right.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, what are we gonna do before we get on the boat?
That is what I wanted to ask. Did anybody want to do anything before getting on the boat? Because as was explained, oh wait, shit. There is something Wander wants to kind of do, but he doesn't know how to do it.
What is it?
He wants to leave us some kind of clue for Calliope so she knows that like he's going away, and that like, but like, you know, like can't follow him, etc.
I think she would be smart enough to know, is like, oh, these guys are like super wanted criminals. She'll probably be like, okay, they are going to lay low for a long time.
All right, dope.
I
So
think
then Wander's
Zuriel's
not
with
gonna.
Wander though. Okay, but I think Zuriel. I had an idea. I don't think there's any words or anything. I think Zuriel, if Wander brought up the, I wonder if we should like leave a message to let her know. Zuriel might be like, what if we, I don't know where exactly they would leave it though. Because Zuriel's thinking like maybe like a drawing of a snake.
Or the Shadow Dragon.
The Shadow Dragon.
Well, because I don't know exactly what this was depict, but like, I was literally thinking like Zuriel's just like maybe a picture of like a headless snake, like a snake with its head cut off would be like no contact, like just don't attempt to don't attempt to contact us right now. But I don't know where we would leave the image for her to see.
Yeah, that's kind of the problem, is that like we don't know Calliope enough to like have some kind of means to know she'd get the message. So it's kind of why I like Ari's idea of we have to assume she's smart enough to pick up on context clues and what's
That's
going
fair.
on in the world.
She's a smart cookie.
Yeah.
We draw it on a little piece of parchment and we pin it to one of our wanted posters.
That would not actually be a bad idea, but again, I don't think it's necessary.
Yeah. My other thing was like if we did that, Zuriel's brother would see it.
Now here's the thing.
I mean,
Calliope's one thing. If Zuriel wants to do something for their brother, that's a different thing
He
entirely.
doesn't know they're there. He thinks his brother's home.
So unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah, so like, yeah. I feel like Zuriel definitely has that conversation with Wander of like, well, what if I leave like a drawing like this? And Wander points out it's just like,
Well, Wander would
more,
basically
like-
say, one, the problem is that we can't know for certain that the context is going to be enough for her to understand what the message is, besides the fact that we're wanted criminals. And two, I'm kind of afraid to leave anything behind for anyone to track us. Like, as far as Bandahaw
makes
knows,
sense.
we could be anywhere in Avmore.
and I just thought about it. It could, if I put that drawing on one of our wanted posters, it could just be like, oh, this one's dead.
Yeah. Essentially,
And I don't know if that's necessarily good or bad.
literally no one knows we're in Cascada right now. We should keep it that way.
Yes, that's a good point.
that
Anybody?
and anyone we would want to communicate with is safer away from us.
Yes. Does anybody want to do anything before we say that we get on the boat and make our way?
Markov just wants to talk to Kai more while they're on the boat.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not thinking anything specific. Zuriel probably helps with like putting together like rations and stuff.
I think then the last scene we'll do for this session, I'm saying last scene because I don't have a lot prepared. We can keep playing, but I know this is around the time people need to wrap up.
I don't want to keep playing.
What does everyone else feel?
Don't work till 5 my time, so
I don't
Cade?
mind either.
I'm free till like around 2, so
Okay, so like you're an hour behind us, so we've got another 2.5 hours?
Hour and a
Yeah.
half. Or 2.5.
hour and a half.
Hour and a half.
Oh, hour and
Wait,
a half?
Yeah.
Well, because it's 12:30 over. Yeah, so an hour and a half. All right, cool.
Mhm.
So I think then at that point we get on the boat. We get ready to set sail. You guys, how does Markov approach Kaimor? And then
What kind of boat are we on?
I honestly would think it's like, I don't know a lot
little
about
fishing boat?
ships. I wouldn't say a little fishing boat. I'd say it's something like a medium-sized like trading vessel, and Kaimor paid them to smuggle us.
Okay. So we're like in the
a
cargo hold
merchant
right
ship.
now.
Yeah, merchant ship
Yeah.
being a good example. And I want to put this out there. Miles, you do not have to bullshit anything you don't want to. Like, if you want to leave things up to the fate dice, like, by all means, just declare you want to roll that dice.
Oh yeah, I remember earlier I was about to say we could leave one thing up to fate dice, but we made good explanation. Hence why I haven't.
Yeah. So how does, as we get on the boat, how does Markov approach Kaimor?
So, like, the boat has already taken off. We're, like, in the cargo hold or something. We're just kind of chilling. And Markov, like, either sits next to or across from Kaimor. And he says, "So what happened?"
That's all you're gonna say is what happens. Like, not gonna say how am I alive or hey, how did I survive or just
That
what
was
happens?
encompassing everything that you just said.
I know.
What happened to you? The place caught on fire. There was a giant fucking fire dragon. I thought everybody that was in there died.
Yeah, so did I. Especially when the Lord himself decided, hey, you're my top lieutenant. You can get as many people safe as possible. Opened up his escape route, threw me in it, and closed it off. I didn't see him after that.
That must have been before I helped all of them into the bunker.
Yeah. So I ran out, got into the city, got as many civvies, other people in the battalion, just a ragtag group out of the city, and fucking ran. The prince was one of them, obviously.
Uh,
And he thought you knew he escaped and everything, and then after you go, huh? And he just kind of goes, wait, you don't even know how he escaped?
I put him in the bunker with the queen and the king. How did... What? How did he get out?
Oh. Yeah, that would be weird. Based on what he told me, bunker started to collapse via the dragon just bouncing from building to building doing its shit. So after it went down, I had to. All I heard was. Oh, sorry. Losing my train of thought. Let me regain myself. Okay. I saw hands jutting out. One of the last people I saw buried him out. We took off. Didn't tell you that?
What was that last part?
He didn't tell you that?
I have not seen the prince since that day. I thought he was dead.
And
I was
at
so
that point, he gets a face of, oh shit.
I had accepted that he was dead. This is a lot for me right now.
Yeah, I can, let's see, how? Fuck. I mean, I never really asked him if he got into contact with you, but that's also because I assumed you were dead as well.
Dead enough to have an assassin from Tegal try and kill me.
They sent a fucking assassin after you and thought that would work?
Right? Put
God,
them
those
on the
guys are-
ground.
Well, he was
bitch.
naked too.
Shut the fuck up. He got me when I was in the shower.
Hey, it's what you were trained to do.
Fight people
He
naked.
just gestures to him like, right?
Fight with your dick out.
Throws a
There's no
potato at
shame
Z.
in being caught with your pants down. Your pants are literally down.
And I still came out on top.
That's why we hate those Takali bastards.
They have no what's the fucking word?
Honor.
Safe words.
Honor. That's right. What was it?
What the fuck? Safe words?
I mean, talking about not wearing pants and being on top. I just figured.
I'm
Tied to a chair.
I'm so glad I caught that.
One of their secrets be cyanide? And at that point, he gives like a big smirk to Sarge. Anyway.
At this point, I wish there had been, but he tried the self-destruct with magic. It did not work. And then he looks over to Beckett, dog. Put the put the fear of God into him. Markov's an asshole.
I know, but
Oh
like
my
that's
God,
funny.
I love him though.
Just wasn't prepared for it.
I almost like to imagine that in some situations, people would have mistaken that for Markov trying to be hip.
He looks at Beckett and goes, I'm gonna ask that after. So, to continue on with my story, because apparently you haven't been debriefed. Fuck. After I dug the prints out of the rubble, I will admit the rest didn't survive the collapse. Based on his description, or what he could tell me via, I mean, when you see something like that and you're not one of us, you know, obviously he was not in a state to talk at that moment.
Yeah.
What he did tell me, when it started collapsing, he ran back up the tunnel but wasn't fast enough. And I was there to get him out, get him to safety, but no one else.
Markov, his face is, he's smiling again. He's trying to find the right expression to make. He's trying to not smile. It's not working. It kind of looks like his face is just twitching a lot. I am in
Markov,
yes.
I'm sorry.
He narrows his eyes a little bit and tilts his head. For what?
I was your commanding officer. I didn't save you. I didn't save any of our men. Hell, when I'd even try to order any sort of investigation that sort of situation would happen. I'd even plan. I didn't even think that situation would happen when we were already in terrible negotiations with that country. There were many instances that I should have thought harsher. But no. I wish I cared about my job as much as you did yours. Because maybe, just maybe, I would have been able to see it coming. And I would have stopped it from happening.
Like Markov's heart like swells a little bit. He's like, this guy that I've looked up to for most of my life just said that he wished that he was like me.
Aw. Aw.
You
Well-
were one of my best. You learned everything I taught you, almost instantly. Took it to heart. Hell, even the parts that I wish you didn't take to heart, like still standing up at attention in front of me, even though we both know we're not in the military, taking my shit, even though
Force
we
of
both
habit.
know we're not. That's what I fucking mean, cadet! And he starts poking at your head.
Yeah.
See right there. You could have easily smacked my hand out of the way. Hell, I know you can take me.
But you
I mean, I
didn't.
In a fight?
In a fight, right?
In a fight, right?
Right.
Got to.
Markov,
Yes, sir.
that smile.
He's trying to hide. Like he's trying to not smile now.
They can tell it. I can tell it. I'm just gonna say it right now. You're no longer my sergeant. You're not my private. You're not my cadet. You are Markov. Hero of our country.
I am no fucking hero. Do not.
Don't you
I'm
dare!
sorry, who's the one that sat there, mowed down a shit ton of those Takali bastards?
That was
To
not.
get... Oh, that wasn't you? That wasn't you. The swaths of bodies I ran through that I wish didn't have to get to that point, right? No one wants that. But that whole scenario, to do your damnedest, to do your duty, to save the people you were ordered to, that you cared about, that I fucking know, that you loved. And they loved you.
Do not say that. I left them. True, I did. I killed as many as I could. As he's gonna like rub his hands together and lean back. The second that dragon came, I ran. I ran like a fucking coward.
And who wouldn't, Markov? That was a
It is-
fucking dragon!
It was my fucking duty to protect the prince. What did I do? I fucking ran.
Did you not hear me explaining my story? I may have got people out, but I still was running. And I know that. But that doesn't mean that you get to beat yourself up over it. Because you are still mortal. That is what we are. And it's not a crime. You did nothing wrong.
They taught us the moment we turn and hesitate, we are going to die, either by an enemy sword or by a officer. Is that not what you told me?
Look where my teaching got us. On a bastardized, private-owned ship that I had to bribe to get through. You know how I just said those Takali assassins are some backstabbing assholes? What are we doing right now?
Hiding.
Hiding? Sneaking? And hell, I wouldn't even be afraid to walk up behind one of those fucking shipmen and slit their throats if they started ratting us out. I would act just like them right now if I could. And I'm going to. Because my teachings, our teachings, brought us here. The same teachings that made Tikal hate us so vehemently to massacre our country is the same teachings I tried to instill in you. And that was wrong. I'm sorry.
Is that Ari or is that Markov?
That is Markov. Everything I learned is wrong. Everything I was taught is wrong. What am I doing now?
To
What
the
am I-
existential crisis.
That's the question we both have, Markov.
What is he points to his face. You see this. You see this, right? You see how fucked up I got. This is because I thought that I had fucked everything. I thought I fucked everything up, but it wasn't me, was it? It was everybody else. The king, the queen, the fucking... He almost says the prince.
you like, we heard that actually. He's like, oh, I don't want to say that yet. I'm not ready to say that.
At that point, even the lieutenant like narrows his eyes, like, don't do it.
Don't do it.
Like, you're
Even though
allowed
he-
to be mad right now, but not at him.
He
You know he
I'm-
didn't have any choice.
The prince was actually like afraid of fighter, but everybody made me think that I was supposed to die. I was meant to be a meat shield. I was meant to protect people. I was meant to protect the prince. I was living so that I could die. Are you telling me that I could do something else other than die? That is the only thing I have ever known! What else am I supposed to do?
You just
All I
goes
know
back.
is to fight. I know how to protect. I know how to... he almost says fuck. I know how to eat. I know how to sleep.
Well, things
Freudian slip.
things learned. Markov is not a virgin.
Oh no, he is 100% not.
Confirmed Markov fucks.
I know how to fight, protect, eat, sleep. Everything else I do not know. Because everybody else thought it was unimportant. But here I am. Everybody has left. I am just here to die now.
And yet, you got that horny bastard, that undead bastard, that,
All bastard.
and then he like, which way is Zuriel laying?
Zuriel right now is like a little bit away, laying like near. I was laughing earlier when Ari said that Markov threw a potato at Zuriel. I think Zuriel is now laying like on a pile of potatoes.
Like
They were not originally.
Zuriel
not
was like,
originally
wait a
in
minute,
a
hold on,
loose-
these potatoes be comfy though, actually.
They were not originally in a loose pile. There is like an open crate next to him, and he's laying on the pile of potatoes. And when he's like pointed to, Zuriel's like, "Okay, I've got an
I'm
idea."
sorry.
He literally turns into a cat, walks over to Markov, and just like does cat stretches, and then just like lays in his lap, and does like little lay down like
Stop
cat stuff.
it.
Markov is not in the mood right now. He's gonna shove you off.
And then,
Hey, don't be a dick
like,
about it.
like Zuriel or the lieutenant like pats Zuriel on the butt, like, yeah, you tried. And then he looks at Markov and says, "Are we sure that's enough?"
I'm not 100% sure. Apparently he had wings at one point.
Hey, Baz,
Uh-huh.
roll me a quick fate check on if the lieutenant knows what the fuck that is.
Do do do. I'm gonna say unlikely because most of us haven't heard about Zuriel's people before. Oh, no, apparently, this motherfucker knows immensely, intimately.
Apparently, there was some Avariel in the army.
So
Either that or
he says that,
Kymor
and
has
he-
either that or Kymor has a very, very interesting backstory.
So Kymor pats Zuriel and then goes, "Wait, we did trade with their people. Wait, where are your wings? Oh, there are no wings. Oh."
Zuriel is still in cat form.
And then Kymor like slowly
Inspect-
connects the dots, and he's like, "Ah, okay, don't talk about that." And then you got that dwarf all sticking around you.
Zuriel's just gonna like walk over to Wander now. No, these guys are being dickheads. Well,
Wander is literally just cleaning his gun and like twirling it around. He's trying to give Markov privacy and not get involved.
nobody. They didn't appreciate Zuriel's attempt to lighten the mood with cat shenanigans. Maybe Wander will.
Yeah, Wander would be okay with it. I'm sure he pauses for a brief second, being like, "Wait a minute, is this? Who cares?"
I was a fucking charity case.
If you're a charity case, you have been left out of morgue. Not fed, housed, shared kindness. I could see it on their faces. They care about you.
I have no idea why.
I do.
Because
matter
I'm
how
big
much
and
that's-
strong, and I can kill things, which is very important in today's day and age, apparently.
Markov, no matter how much that outward self wants you to say it, you're still that insanely optimistic, prideful, amazing kid
He died
that
a long
I
time
trained.
ago.
Oh, you say that, but if that were true, I think you would have wiped them out pretty quickly. Because, based on my teaching of you, and he like slowly looks over with, for this whole time he's had like a slight smile. Even if Markov was screaming, he was still, it's like Markov's at where I was. So this feels strange. This is nostalgic. And then at this point, that smile fades and he looks over and he leans over so no one else hears it and says, "We both know we would have thought them as a liability back in the day."
I still think that.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear that.
I don't think so. The very fact that you broke attention a total of 16 times.
You were
I
counting.
love that he kept count.
Oh my god.
Like you said, old habits die hard. If we were back in the military, I would have smoked you for 200 push-ups for doing that.
Markov starts doing push-ups.
16 times to talk to them, to tease them, to give them banter, to talk back to me. You were terrified of doing that back in the day. I made you terrified of doing that back in the day. No matter how you put it, I may have been a harsh, strict, and then he like slowly closes his eyes and winces because he's starting to remember the days when all of the sergeants and privates would say it when they were at drill. Stick in the ass, piece of shit.
Markov snorts a little bit.
But I'm happy I didn't. And he stops. And he clenches his fists and he says, I'm happy you were assigned to the prince. So then I didn't have to send you to battle. And I didn't have to order you to march.
I wanted to help anyways. I came down and I thought the prince was safe. I should have stayed.
He nods a bit. And I'll admit that might have been a mistake. That's not something I can tell. But once again, we are humans, and we fuck up all the time.
Markov really wants to say something, but he knows that Kaimor is just gonna rip him if he says it.
1 second.
Okay.
I'll just use my stats for it. Speak up. You got
God, what was I
permission
gonna
to
say?
speak.
We may make mistakes, but my mistakes almost got somebody I love killed.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I'm just so goddamn proud.
Shut the fuck up.
And my mistake got our entire country killed. Well,
I would,
technically, it's not my mistake. It's the fucking king and queens. But
I
you
was
know.
going to say it. I would assume that it would be the king.
You know, when we first left, they did blame me. And I'll admit it, I agreed with them. Oh god, did I agree with them. You know why I can tell that smile there that you do?
He's trying to not smile now again.
I had to do that. I had to not exactly smile, but I had to keep up the. And he puffs his chest out, and when he does mark up, you notice he's got a dad gut going. He's not exercising, which is like, what the fuck? But he puffs his chest out and he goes, I had to sit there and act like a hero to the general sergeant or whatever the fuck. I had to sit there and act like I was the biggest damn thing in the world when I just saw my friend's family and closest goddamn motherfucker presumably get killed.
How did you overcome that?
It's not something you overcome, Markov. As you heard me say, I still regret it. It's still right here. And he, like, taps his heart. I still wonder still wonder if it was worth it to desert a couple of them for the prince. Leave them to their deaths.
Sacrifices had to be made.
That's what we always said, huh?
Nothing comes before the royal family. So what am I supposed to do? He gestures to himself. I want to be normal. I don't want to feel like I have to die every day.
He pets his chin and then looks back at the group and says, "You know what I learned while finding a safer place to be? Royalty, being the richest dude, being the scummiest dude, top of a mob boss, or lowest queen bitch with the scorpion tail who's fucking hot. God damn it!"
Focus!
Goodness.
You know her too.
She's so evil, but she's so hot. Damn it!
Aren't they all?
None of them matter.
The magnetism.
You want to know why? Because they are the reason they're up there. They never realize it. In a second, normal everyday people could be the reason an entire country falls. They make their food. They make their water clean. They do everything they need, and they don't even think about it. We didn't even think about it. They are the royalty. The people that just get through every day.
Poetic.
If
Have
you
you been
want,
taking up writing?
You know what? You know what, Sergeant? Maybe I have been. It's been a nice hobby. Fuck you. Anyways. Piece of shit. God, I'm starting to regret letting that blue bastard give you a lip. If you want to protect something, protect them. Treat them like the royalty you protected. Our country's gone, man. The prince isn't the prince anymore. We just call him that because it's what we're used to. Hell, we shouldn't even call him a prince anymore. We should just call him by his name.
His name is Theron. He will always be my prince.
You two are fucking adorable for that.
Shut the fuck up.
And you should protect him.
Are you laughing in Comic Sans?
Laughing Comic Sans over there.
God damn it.
I promise, I will not squander this second chance. With the
hope you
prince, with Theron.
I hope you actually talk to him because honestly, that fucker deserves a dressing down for not at least sending you something to tell you he was alive. God damn! How long was it?
A year and a half.
God damn! I would have words. I would have so many words.
Oh, I'm going to have words with him.
Fucking better. God damn.
Thank you, Gaimon. I
No sir
appreciate.
that time. Look at him, he's growing.
Gonna chuck a potato at you.
Alright.
The potato wars begin.
I appreciate
I've
what you
unleashed
have
the
said.
ammunition.
And on that
No
note,
problem.
Markov is going to take another potato. He's going to toss it up at Wander and try to get it like skewered on his horn.
Oh god.
You know what? I want you to roll to see if you can pull that off. That sounds funny.
Timor takes like he's about to say something, but then he sees that and he's like, "Oh fuck, shit's about to begin."
I want to say that would just if you're trying. What do you think, acrobatics or athletics? Because like it seems like you're trying to aim at a specific point, so I want to argue acrobatics.
Yeah.
Okay, I can do acrobatics.
I'm gonna say for funsies that hits. And it's just like
Okay.
while Wander's like messing with his gun, he just feels like the potato hit his horn, and he just sighs and he's like, "Congratulations, Markov, you win!" As you hear like the click of his gun reloading. Now come here so I can give you your prize! As he starts yelling and chasing after him. He has not
Markov's
removed
not
the
even
potato.
gonna chase.
Hold up.
Markov's just gonna sit there.
The potato is not off of his head. He's leaving it there.
So, as he gets up and starts running, Beckett wants to try to get up with a fucking piece, like a pillow, and try to be like, and here comes Beckett with a fucking steel trap, and then blast him in the face with it.
I imagine Beckett. Wait. So like Beckett's trying to hit Wander.
Yeah, as he gets up and runs, Beckett's like trying to clothesline him with this pillow.
Go ahead and roll in athletics to see if you beat my AC.
Bet.
I hope you fail just so Beckett falls down on the ground.
That would be fucking great, but I also don't want to fail, so I'm giving myself guidance.
Oh my god.
He's been waiting for this.
Zuriel is still in cat form. I think at some point he went over to Sarge.
Like, I think Sarge has just like picked up Zuriel and put Zuriel on his shoulder.
I
Like,
think that means-
look, we're not with them.
We're not with them.
That's great. That's great to hear, Beckett. My AC's 22, bitch.
Bastard! I was so
As-
close.
Oh wait, no, hold on. I'm looking at the wrong character class. 1 second.
Oh.
No, my AC's 22, bitch.
God damn it!
I'm a dodgy motherfucker. I imagine as Beckett does that, Wander's tail literally like smacks him in the face and makes him like tumble backwards.
You piece of shit!
Markov, obviously Wander's not gonna shoot Markov, but he's gonna climb on him and start hitting him with the back of his gun, like, you stupid
Jesus.
motherfucker.
Markov just gonna hold him by the horn that has the potato to hold him
He's just gonna
Is
kick.
Beckett just-
He's literally just kicking at him. Like, this is just like Wander knows he can't hurt Markov, but it's also why he like allows himself to have these temper tantrums.
Is Beckett just laying on the ground?
So after Becky got hit in the face, he's just like, "What hit me? That was very thin. That wasn't his hand." And then he
Slumber.
looks and sees the waving tail as he's bonking on the head, and he's like, "Wait, that thing's wait, can he?" And Beckett starts like sitting there, and a small blush goes on his face, which is slightly green, and he's like, "What that tail?"
Beckett.
What that tail do?
Stop! If
Oh,
Beckett's still
oh,
laying down,
oh.
Zuriel's just gonna like hop down to the ground and then just like hop over and just like sit on Beckett.
just like the universal sign of stop it.
And start
Just-
start
Just being a cat.
patting
Help.
Marcus
trapped.
Monster's tail.
He just lays down.
I
Now-
think that's enough of that out of all.
Just cat shenanigans.
Well, you say that.
So Sarge just coming up and just being like, "All right, children, play nice."
Markov's gonna put another potato on the other horn and then let him go.
After Markov lets him go, if you guys will let it, I would like the lieutenant to try to fucking suplex Markov.
Oh, good
Oh my
luck.
god.
Oh, that's gonna be very fun. Okay, you know what? What's your fortitude, hon? What's your fortitude save?
Fortitude. Plus 11.
Okay, so it'd be a 21. I'm gonna say that at this point, let me look up his name again. I keep forgetting it.
Kymor.
Kymor, I feel like Kymor, literally has, strength, like, comparable to Markov. So what is, Markov's athletics?
Plus 13.
Okay, so,
My lord.
Miles, roll a d20 plus 13.
Please God, let this hit. It was one off.
No!
No. Markov has an AC of 22.
Wander's gonna remove the potatoes and is, like, actually gonna look at his gun and be like, no one would be mad if I shot him in the ankle, right?
As lieutenant,
I
Oh
would
my
be
god.
angry.
as the lieutenant like grabs him and tries to pick him up, he then just sits there and like barely lifts him, and the lieutenant's sitting there and he
trips on
goes,
a potato.
wait a minute, this isn't right. I'm the one bigger. Wait, am I?
Markov is gonna try and turn around and suplex the lieutenant.
Yeah!
Fuck!
No, you guys are in a
Grab that gun and
stalemate.
smack their heads.
I'm gonna use a
Both
hero
trying to
point.
pick each other up.
You're gonna use your free hero point for this, alright.
Oh, that's still a no.
That's still not enough.
I'm gonna use my last hero point.
Don't use your earned hero point for this!
Too bad.
So
Oh my
unfortunate.
god, it's
Let's
so
go.
not worth it!
It's so
Why
worth
did
it.
Let him beat the mentor.
Markov,
Oh,
you are
man.
able to suplex your mentor.
Yes.
Oh my god. The student becomes the
idea of-
teacher.
You know what actually Wander
Actually,
wants to
bending
do?
fate. Bending fate just to fucking get one over on your mentor.
That's
Exactly.
honestly, that's very real for him. Actually, I know exactly what I want to try to do. When the suplex happens, when it breaks, Wander's gonna try to throw a potato in the air and see if it can land in Markov's mouth.
Good luck with that.
Oh,
I'm gonna burn my free
No.
hero point. Fuck you. I want this to happen so bad.
Don't spoil the hero, mate.
24, bitch!
oh my god.
Like you chuck it and it like Markov goes to say something and it just gets lodged in his mouth and goes
The lieutenant is just laying there like ass over tea kettle, and he's just like, huh. So this is what it felt like.
So this is what that feels like.
I remember throwing you guys across the fucking room, and you landed on your ass. This is humiliating.
Has this awakened something in Kymor?
I
this is why you did it.
And sits up, and he's like licking the inside of his lips, just like, huh. 20 years of training, you guys, and none of y'all thought to tell me how bad that was. And then
We did. You didn't listen.
before, as Markov was saying that, everyone behind him sees him going 3, 2, 1 with his hand until we did, and he's like, "What? You did? When? I don't remember that. Might have been too drunk."
Also, I'm going to call out you, Miles. I used my free hero point. I didn't use my earned one.
Oh my gosh.
Well, that was nice.
I feel like this is a good stopping point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this has been super fun. And it was really cool to have you two, like, have a scene together.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Miles, you picked up the fucking role super quick, and it was really good.
I went to military academy, have a mother that's currently in the military, and a stepfather that is a veteran. I know how to talk like one of them.
You were like, this role was made for me!
Like, as soon as I heard Ari say, yeah, that's this old guard
Commanding
partner,
officer.
old commander, I was like, yep, I gotta grab this. I can't let anyone else have this.
No, and I'm glad you did, because I was getting, because like I don't feel comfortable trying to faux make a military character. Like, it's easy to like, I will be a knight or an adventurer. It's like, I was ready to like relegate this character kind of to like summaries. I'm really glad you stepped up.
Yeah.
Nah, I know a veteran of the military is like obviously calm and slightly serious, but also due to my brother, I know they're unhinged as hell. So
Oh,
of
yeah.
course he is gonna
This is also
relentlessly make fun of Markov for his gayness and being closeted. Like, get out of that fucking closet already, you goddamn pasty white boy.
Goddamn pasty white boy.
Go claim your prince, bitch. I
Markov thought
love
that
it.
Get in
him
that
and the
room.
prince were being secret about it.
Oh,
Get in that
like I
room.
remember
Take
making
off
a
your
joke
pants.
with you. I remember making a joke with you when we were going shopping, and where I'm like, I know that like that secret was not well kept. Someone in the kingdom fucking knew.
Yeah.
and this man is the proof.
He's the one that found Markov and the prince in the middle of something.
Oh,
It's
I like that actually.
my lord, the king is asking for you.
Listen,
I'll
listen,
come
back
All he
later.
knows is that one day
No,
his prince will come.
this is what would have happened. Corporal, you're supposed to be at drill, so we're gonna talk. I'm gonna smoke you later. Prince, enjoy him. Make sure he's on bottom. Closes the door.
Stop.
Again, unhinged. He wouldn't give a fuck that he's seeing them naked. He wouldn't give a fuck that they're actually having sex. It's a matter of, you aren't at drill, so please, like, tear his asshole a new one, so I can then make him do wall
Jesus.
sits and make him suffer.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
Oh, what
Make
were
sure
you?
use
What were
the
you
12
gonna?
inch
what were you-
No!
Use
What
the
were-
Moby huge on him.
Jesus
Moby
Christ.
Huge. What were you gonna say, Worm?
Oh, I said all he knows is one day his prince will come.
Oh, he has come many times.
I'm dead. I've been
Markov
killed.
is the storm that was approaching.
All right, with that, I think this is a good place to end the session.
Yeah.
Thanks for playing, guys. This was a really good time. We will once again try to come back to this next Monday around 11 a.m. in the same time. We're not gonna raid anybody. It's been our usual, like, chill lurkers, which I appreciate y'all being here. The VOD will be up on my channel in about a day or two once it's kind of gotten up there and everything's been edited through. So make sure you follow for that. Cade, go ahead and shout yourself out.
Go ahead and look at my Twitter, CadeBT. I'm a bit more active on there. Bye.
Worm.
Wormhole. I say stuff.
Ellie.
Ellie Jewel, Ellie2 Jewel on Twitch, but Ellie Jewel like on Twitter and Tumblr, kind of on Tumblr, not very much.
R.A.
Cherry Coke Royal on all social media platforms. I do commissions.
I'm gonna frickin' murder you. Why? Why'd you have to use that voice?
Why do I
Apply
hear them
directly
all?
to the
Why do I
forehead.
hear them all?
Apply directly to the forehead.
I-
Apply directly to the forehead.
I hear that voice,
Apply
and I
directly to the
immediately
forehead.
put it to that little moth character you had as your image a while back.
Yay, my little cherry.
All right, thanks for being here, everybody. Have a good night.
Bye.
Peace out.
Bye.
All right, Cade. Oh no, you all left. How dare?
I'm still here, Basil.
I'm still here, Basil. I want to bully him because I know he's making jokes, but I don't appreciate him being like, "Oh, you never play games with me anymore." It's like, Miles, we have drastically different schedules. This is not my fault.